Tale is a fun, action-packed comedy film from 2001. It stars Heath Ledger as William Thatcher, a poor peasant who dreams of riches and glory, and he's a squire to this knight who accidentally gets killed in a jousting tournament, so he takes the knight's armor and poses as Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. And I looked up if Sir Ulrich was a real person, because there are some historical figures in this movie, even though it's fiction. And yes, Sir Ulrich was a real person, and he wrote a series of poems based on his life and adventures. And now that I know that, I want to read that. But anyway, and I want to read Canterbury Tales too, because this movie is inspired by Canterbury Tales. The director and screenwriter wanted to do a movie, like speculating what its Canterbury Tales author Geoffrey Chaucer might have been doing during a brief time when he went missing, and maybe he encountered something that inspired him to write his stories. And Paul Bettany is hilarious as Geoffrey Chaucer in this movie, and Heath Ledger is hilarious as William Thatcher, and his two buddies, played by Mark Addy and Alan Tudyk, they're very funny too. And Roland and Watt, the characters' names, and there's historical figures in this, like um, Edward the Black Prince is a friendly, kind aristocrat, and there's a stuck-up aristocrat, Count Adamar, who is the Williams rival in the tournament, and some good action in the tournament scene, like sword fights contest and jousting contest, and I wanted more swashbuckling action because I'm into sword fighting films, but you only get a little the sword fights, and then William decides, nah, I'm just gonna stick with the jousting. I'm better at that, and so oh no, he was better with the sword, but he wanted to stick with jousting to prove to that. And then was love interest, Jocelyn, played by Shannon Sossaman, I think that's how you say her name, and she does good as a love interest, and she's very funny too. And this is female blacksmith who's also funny named Kate. She's kind of a love interest to Mark Addy's character, but well, they don't really. Their relationship is explored a bit more in the extended cut. I haven't seen the extended cut, but I've seen the deleted scenes on the special features on the theatrical cut DVD, and I think those deleted scenes were all included in the extended cut. So and one deleted scene that I wish was in the theatrical cut was one with Olivia Williams when she plays Jeffrey Chaucer's wife. Yeah, she's a very pretty lady, and I wish she had more to do in this movie. And Rufus Sewell is great as the antagonist, Count Adamar. He makes a pretty good rival. He's like the Ivan Drago of the story, because this is basically Rocky set in medieval times, but with more comedy in it. And like the hero is a poor guy with little education, little money, trying to make it big. And but main difference, one of the main differences between this and Rocky is like Rocky is allowed to do what he's doing. I mean, if William Thatcher is found out that he's a peasant posing as a knight, he will get arrested and humiliated in public because it's against the rules of jousting the for people that aren't of noble birth to compete. And the at first he just did it because he wanted money to feed him and his friends, but then he did it because he wanted to not spend the rest of his life, as he said it, as a nothing. And that's a good, interesting story. And I love the choices of music in this. A lot of people criticize this movie on its inaccuracies regarding the music, like classic rock songs from Queen, like "We Are the Champions" and "We Will Rock You," and the opening scene where everybody in the audience is waiting for the joust to begin. They're like beating and stomping to the theme of "We Will Rock You" while the song is playing and by Queen in the background. Cool music. I love Queen. I love their music, and I don't mind the music in this because it's a fictional story. It's not in, in literal interpretation of history, but I do like the costume design, set design, the look of the medieval era that makes you feel like you're actually there, just minus the music. And and I love the scene where they're practicing for a dance. A lot of great comedy in this movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I give it two thumbs up. And the romantic subplot is so sweet and wholesome. Uh, and I love the scenes. Oh yeah, the scenes with William and his dad. Because spoilers, his dad has gone blind ever since he was a kid, and the guy who plays his dad, I thought it was Russell Crowe at first because he looks a little like Russell Crowe, but it's not him. But the actor who did it, he did a good job playing William's dad, and their scenes together were so sweet. The father and son reuniting after so long, and that's all for now. Thank you and God bless. I give A Knight's Tale two thumbs up. All right, that's it for now. Bye.